Tonight on Texas News Channel, TABC cracks down on fake IDs.
West Campus construction continues.
And UT gets a new polling station.
You're watching Texas News Channel, your leader for live, local UT coverage.
At the beginning of each semester, the Texas Alcohol Beverage Commission cracks down on fake IDs. This August, TABC introduced a new program called Operation Fakeout.
We work with retailers who sell alcohol here in Austin and around the state to basically find anyone who is using a fake ID to try and buy alcohol. That's where we have the volunteers who are under the age of 21. Basically what happens is they will go into the store and attempt to purchase alcohol while there are some undercover TABC agents also in the building as well. And if the sale goes forward, then obviously that's a violation and we let the retailer know. In most cases, about 90% of the cases, in fact, there's complete compliance and there's no sale made. And we leave the store and they never know we were there.
In the past month, TABC officers have found 33 cases of students using fake IDs to buy alcoholic beverages.
With the fake ID side of things, we're also working directly with those retailers to try and identify any students or anyone who is using a fake ID. I would say there's a $500 fine if you are caught, and so that's probably the first and I guess the most painful penalty of getting caught.
However, some students just don't think the risk is worth the fine.
See, that's another thing that I didn't really want to risk, because who wants to pay $500? And also I don't like getting in trouble, so I wouldn't want to risk showing a fake ID. I'd rather have my own, real one.
Overall, TABC's mission is to keep students safe.
Obviously, we do get some pushback from minors, but those are people who understand, what the law is, and they understand what the risks and rewards of trying to violate it are, and they're going to do what they're going to do. And we just try to make sure we can keep as many of those people safe.
Mason Carroll, Texas News Channel.
According to the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network, calls to the National Sexual Assault Hotline increased by over 200% during the Kavanaugh hearing. Here on campus, the UT Police Department's Sexual Assault Investigative Team is here to help survivors.
The Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network says only 20% of female college student survivors report to law enforcement. The UT Police Department wants to change that.
We are really trying to strike down the stigma surrounding reporting sexual assault to law enforcement. I know there is a common belief that survivors won't be believed, that they might be blamed for what happened, but we just really want our students to know that we're here to help them, and we hope they feel comfortable in just coming forward and speaking with us.
Some students believe the university should take a different approach when it comes to sexual violence.
Instead of hiring more officers, UT needs to put the money into programs.
It's been nearly 2 years since a university survey found that 15% of undergraduate women have been raped. 2 years later, some students believe UT is taking a good approach to combat this.
I feel like students will feel a lot more reassured because it shows that the campus cares about our safe being. And it helps us just reach out and be a community as we want.
UT Police have made a sexual assault reporting guide, and it can be found in bathrooms and other places around campus. UTPD also wants students to know that survivors of sexual violence will not be blamed or judged and will be believed. Bria, Bolden, Texas News Channel.
If you or someone you know needs to talk, you can call the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 800-656-4673.
A new art piece in Gibbons Park symbolizes the affordability crisis in Austin. We take a look at how this crisis will affect student housing.
Austin's not just for the rich, we will move another inch.
Defend Our Hoods is speaking out against their proposed plans to rezone areas of Riverside for purpose to build mixed-use development.
We are an action-oriented organization and find that it's direct action, it's our action in the community that brings change rather than going and casting a vote or waiting in line just to be heard for a couple seconds at a meeting.
The proposed plan to rezone Pleasant Valley Road and Riverside Drive includes the Ballpark Apartments, a prominent area for affordable student living.
There's lots of already luxury housing going in, and we're really losing very rapidly the affordable housing that remains on that corridor.
The Planning and Zoning Commission will make a recommendation to City Council, which will then determine the fate of Ballpark.
What we need to do now is to fight to stay in our neighborhoods, to fight to keep affordable housing, and to fight to make affordable housing better.
The rezoning case involving Ballpark has been postponed indefinitely by Austin Planning and Zoning Commission. If you live in West Campus, then you know that construction is nowhere near completion. TNC reporter Benjamin Cohen looks at what all this construction means for students in the area.
When students left for summer break in May, construction throughout West Campus was not only loud, but it was becoming an inconvenience.
I think it's sometimes excessive.
Now, in addition to being woken up early in the morning due to the ongoing construction, many students like Merrick Walker have had to take detours in order to get around.
I tried to go to the store yesterday, and I had to take a different route than I usually do. It just adds more time and effort.
Among the many new apartment complexes currently under construction, Muse, Inspire, Ruckus 2.0, Villas on Nueces, and the 9 at Rio are all expected to open in fall 2019, which West Campus Living Realtor and General Manager Peyton Jensen believes will bring more competition when it comes to leasing in West Campus.
New apartments, they are a lot higher price points, and I mean, there are definitely people at UT that can afford it, but for the most part, most people aren't going to want to pay that kind of price point.
Construction in West Campus has been around for years, but now it's not only causing frustration for students, it's also causing competition when it comes to leasing.
With leasing in West Campus now underway, many students simply hope all of this construction means more options when it comes to deciding where to live.
Benjamin Cohen, Texas News Channel.
Midterms election are 36 days away, and campaigns are making their last attempts to reach voters. Here at TNC, we are now including a midterm update on each show.
We will update you on important national, state, and local elections and exactly where to vote. First on midterm update is the race to the governor's office.
Governor Greg Abbott and Sheriff Lupe Valdez face off Friday night in the one and only governor's debate. Both candidates were in a separate room during the debate, while a live audience watched from a different room. Abbott and Valdez spoke about many topics ranging from school safety and immigration to medical marijuana and health care. KXN hosted a focus group of 21 undecided voters who voted on who they thought won the debate. Of the 21, 11 thought Abbott won, 8 thought it went to Valdez, while 2 remained undecided after the debate. After the debate, representatives from Abbott's campaign made statements in support of the governor. Here is what they have to say.
And we in the party look forward to working with the governor and the members of the legislature to make as much of the platform reality and the future as much a reflection of the principles of Texans as possible.
Representatives from the Valdez campaign also shared their thoughts on the debate. Let's take a look.
I know Lupe Valdez, and I was very pleased with her, very proud of her. I think she expressed herself. That's the Lupe that we know. She's very sincere, very genuine, so I was very pleased.
There's a new place to vote on campus. The PCL is being added to the list. Now students can vote at the PCL and FAC. Travis County hopes the additional polling location will encourage more voters to come out and reduce waiting time. You can begin early voting in both locations from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. starting October 22nd.
All right, so Gabby, are you registered to vote?
It's kind of complicated because I'm not from the U.S. I'm not a U.S. citizen, but I really encourage everyone to vote.
Absolutely. Voting is our civic duty. Well, we know that voter registration actually ends on October 9th, and you mentioned the PCL being a new additional voting location. Well, early voting starts October 22nd and ends on November 2nd, and election day is November 6th. So UT, make sure you get out and vote. We'll be right back with more news.
Coming up on Texas News Channel,
UT gets another new name.
And we update you on Butler's continuing issues.
We'll be right back with more news. You might remember this crazy story from last semester. Tiles were falling from the ceiling of the Butler School of Music because of infrastructure damage from Hurricane Harvey. The spots that didn't lose any tiles were covered in dark mold all throughout the atrium. 7 months later, the mold is still there. We asked fine arts students how they deal with an unsanitary building.
It shows sort of like a disregard towards the safety of these fine arts students. And it's not an easy thing to say that, but it's kind of true because it doesn't feel like anything's getting fixed over there.
We also asked university officials what they plan to do, but they have not yet commented on the issue. Be sure to tune in every week and follow the story with us.
The Department of Mechanical Engineering changed its name to the J. Mike Walker Department of Engineering. The change follows a donation of $20 million from J. Mike Walker. The money will help fund student scholarship and faculty and student research project. Walker says, "My education shaped who I am today, and I want that same opportunity available to as many students as I can."
Bad news if your pup likes to play at Zilker. The park will be closed until October 28th. Zilker closes 11 days before ACL so that all the stages are set up on time. If you've ever gone to if you've ever gone to weekend 2, then you can already see a change in the grass. It takes Austin Parks and Rec literally 2 weeks to clean the park after the festival. But don't fret. Some areas of the park, such as Barton Springs Pool, Zilker Playscape, and the Botanical Garden, are still open to the public. So Gabby, this weather, these last couple of weeks have been extremely random, on and off. Some days I'm walking to class in the rain, some days I'm not. How do you feel about it?
Honestly, I'm just like kind of frustrated because my bag is going to be heavier now just because I have to carry umbrellas everywhere and just have to be prepared. And I'm just like, when is this weather going to stop being moody, I guess?
Hopefully it's changing for the upcoming week. But let's see what Pola has for us in the Weather Center. Pola?
You can expect light winds and cloudy days, so be sure to keep a raincoat and a light jacket handy. Stay tuned for more. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. Last week, the weather threw a little bit of everything at us, and this week it looks like more of the same. Tonight, we'll have a low of 72 degrees and a 30% chance of rain. Tomorrow will be mostly cloudy with scattered thunderstorms throughout Austin. You should consider bringing a raincoat to your 8 a.m. on Wednesday because there will be some morning showers. But we should see those skies clear up as the day progresses. Temperatures will reach a high of almost 90 degrees. Thursday will be partly cloudy with a high in the upper 80s and a low in the 70s. Friday has a chance for showers. We'll see the temperatures at a high of 86 and a low of 71 degrees. For those of you going to ACL Weekend 1, it looks like you'll have to leave your crop tops at home and find a festival-worthy raincoat to wear instead. Saturday we'll see scattered clouds with the possibility of an isolated storm developing overnight and rounding out the forecast. On Sunday, we'll see scattered thunderstorms. Whether you're on the road to OU, living it up at ACL, or just staying home, keep your eyes on the sky because you never know what Texas is going to brew for us this week. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Pola and Kuri. Have a good night.
Thanks, Pola. We'll be right back with sports. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. It was another big weekend for Longhorn football. Here to break it down for us is College Press Box's Brooke Nevins. So Brooke, tell us about that great game on Saturday.
Sure thing, Bria. Over the weekend, Texas football traveled to Kansas State University to take on the Wildcats. Although the 18th ranked Longhorns were favored to win, they hadn't won a game in Manhattan since 2002. Texas came out strong in the first half, beginning with an incredible 90-yard punt return by true freshman wide receiver Deshaun Jamison. In the beginning of the second quarter, Sam Ehlinger connected with junior wide receiver Colin Johnson in the end zone on a 4-yard pass, making the score 14-0. After a safety and a field goal, Texas finished the first half 19-0. The Wildcats were determined not to be embarrassed at home, however, and in the second half fought back with 14 unanswered points. By the end, Texas managed to hold off the run to win 19-14, making their overall score 4-1 and 2-0 in conference play. Texas fans are now revving up for one of the most anticipated games in several years. Thomas Fitch from College Press Box is here to give some insight into the Red River rivalry this upcoming Saturday.
Following a win in Manhattan last weekend, Tom Herman and the Texas Longhorns are looking forward to this week's Red River Showdown at the Cotton Bowl.
Excited for our fans, excited for our university. We understand, the passion and history and importance of this rivalry.
The Sooners edged out the Horns 29-24 last season, and this year's matchup is likely to be close again.
We're playing one of the top 5 teams in the country this week, and we're going to need to play our best at all times for us to stay competitive in this game. But as we proved last year, I think if we do, our best is good enough to be competitive.
For the Longhorns defense, the big question mark will be how to stop Kyler Murray, the electric Sooner quarterback who is top 5 in total offense this season.
He's really good, really good, and a lot of speed and talent at wide receiver too. So if we're going to expect to help our corners and our secondary as a whole, we're going to have to be able to generate a little bit of pass rush without blitzing all the time.
Thanks to a 4-game winning streak, the Horns are 4-1 going into the OU game for just the 3rd time since 2009. And Herman is confident that his players will keep the momentum going.
They'll handle it great. They handled the USC week great. They handled the TCU week great. And I wouldn't say there's anybody in that locker room that doesn't trust us. And there's nobody in that locker room that we don't trust either.
The Horns face the Sooners this Saturday at 11 o'clock on Fox Sports. From Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium, I'm Thomas Fitch, TSTV Sports.
And to add to the hype this weekend, College Game Day is heading out to Dallas, Texas for the first time since 2011. ESPN College Game Day is a pregame show aired on ESPN that's all about hyping up the game, supporting college football, and having fun. Before the game, famous football analysts talk college football and provide pregame analysis of the Red River Showdown.
Thanks, Brooke. Let's head over to Jennifer to see what's new in Hollywood. Jennifer?
Thanks, Bria. Coming up next, we'll talk about ACL and a young star who will blow you away. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with your entertainment news. Welcome back to Texas News Channel. This past Sunday, U.S. Senate candidate Beto O'Rourke hosted a political rally alongside country legend Willie Nelson. The rally drew approximately 50,000 attendees. O'Rourke discussed his goals and future plans for Texas, and Nelson performed an original song titled Vote 'Em Out. Rapper Childish Gambino canceled both of his performances at ACL due to a foot injury from when he performed in Dallas. ACL officials say the French pop group Justice will replace Gambino for weekend 1 of the festival, and rapper Lil Wayne will replace Gambino for weekend 2. Weezy F Baby just released his 5th Carter album this past week. Maybe we'll be the first ones to see him perform live. Hopefully. Our adorable viral video of the week is 7-year-old Malia M. Chandrawijaya, who stole the show at an LA Galaxy soccer match when she belted out an impressive rendition of the national anthem. Take a look. That's it for me. Live from the Entertainment Center, I'm Jennifer Gonzalez.
Thank you, Jennifer, and thank you for tuning in. If you have a news tip, email us at news@texasstudenttv.com.
Be sure to follow us for news updates throughout the week. You can follow us on Twitter at Texas News TSTV and like us on Facebook. I'm Bria Bolden.
And I'm Gabrielle Wong. Have a great week.